Hello, welcome to Finding Shalanda Michelle, and I am Shalanda Michelle. And today, of all things, we're going to talk about finances. Some of you may know that I actually got a dual BBA in accounting and finance. I was a CPA candidate. I did not pass any of the exams. And I also used to work for a government entity before moving abroad. So today we're going to talk about to optimize your income and give your net worth a boost in 4 easy steps. And since we're getting to the end of the year, I think it's a great time for people to review their finances. Tell yourself, how are you doing? Like you go to the doctor and you get a checkup. You want to check up on your finances unless you have a financial advisor and they would do that for you. But I still would recommend that you know a little something about your finances so that when you go to the financial advisor, if that is an option that you can have an idea what they're talking about. So the first step I recommend to optimize your net worth is to know your worth. You need to know your net worth. You need to know what you are worth. A lot of people just look at their income and their expenses, but in order to get the big picture, you need to look at your assets and your liabilities. And your assets are what you own, right? And your liabilities are what you owe. So say, for instance, you have a home, and your home is probably worth $300,000, and then you own a car, and that car is paid for, and it's worth $20,000. You have cash in the bank, and you probably have $2,000. You have a 401k, and you probably have $250,000 in that. You probably have a Roth IRA, and you probably have $40,000 in that. So what you want to do is you want to add all those numbers up, and then that will give you your total assets, what you totally own. Now, I didn't write those numbers down, so I don't know what that number would be. But put the number in the comments, and then we can figure out the calculation that way. So the total number of assets or whatever I just said. And then so for your liabilities, that's what you owe. Say, for instance, for your home, you owe $200,000 on it. So you've been living in a while, you've been aggressively paying it down, let's just say that, or you put a huge down payment down. So now you only owe $200,000 on your home. And remember, we said you own your car outright, so you don't have any liabilities on your car. Some other liabilities you have is credit cards. Say you always carry a balance of like $2,000 on one card. You have another card, probably American Express, where you can't carry a balance, right? So you probably got a Visa card where you carry a balance. And student loans, of course. And student loans, let's say you have $75,000 debt in student loans. So what you want to do is you want to add all those liabilities up. So I can remember that, right? So we said 200,000 plus 75,000, that's 275,000. And then I said 2,000, you carry a balance on the loan, so that's 277,000. So those are your total liabilities. So you would deduct those liabilities from your assets, and that would give you your net worth. So whatever that number was for assets, and then number from liabilities, the difference in that will be your net worth. Now, in the comments, tell me what the total is for the net worth. If you calculate that correctly, you should have a positive net worth. because your assets are more than your liabilities. And so you want to like put that number somewhere, like either create an Excel spreadsheet, or an easy way to do it is to actually get a personal capital account. That's what I do. And what you do, you can link all of your accounts to personal capital, so they'll have access to your accounts. And each time the numbers changes, it will automatically update. And so the first thing you log in, you will see what your worth is, whether if it's negative or it's positive. So that's the first thing to pop up on personal capital. On the left hand side, it'll have your assets, and then it'll have your liabilities. If your liabilities are more than your assets, you'll have a negative net worth. And if your assets are more than your liabilities, you'll have a positive net worth. So that's the first thing you want to do. You want to know what your worth is. Mini recap, how you do that is you figure out what your assets are and you figure out what your liabilities are. Now, if you're super rich, you're not going to be looking at this anyway, because you have someone handling those those accounts for you, because it's going to get more. The more accounts you own, the more complex it's going to be. The more assets you own, the more complex it's going to be, getting all that information together and whatnot. So, for people like us who are in the making of being multimillionaires with assets here and assets there and whatnot, we can either do it in Excel, or we can use the personal capital app. And what I'll do is I'll put a link to the app in the description. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like or dislike it. Subscribe. Most importantly, leave comments. Engagement is so important. Thank you for watching this channel. Until next time. Bye.